Welcome back to another episode of Huddle on the Hilltop. I'm your host, TJ Power. This week we have a very special episode as today is National Letter of Intent Signing Day, but before we dive into that and hear from some of our athletes, I have with us our athletic director, Ed Reilly. Coach Reilly, how are you doing today?
Doing great, TJ. Nice to be here with you.
All right, awesome. So let's just jump right into it. So obviously a very special day as we have a school record 16 athletes signing to play either Division I or Division II level. As athletic director, what does it mean to you to have such an amazing group of young athletes?
Yeah, that was someday. I think when you head into an academic year, you certainly don't project that you're going to have those types of numbers and quality student athletes that we have coming out of our program across 3 seasons. So it's not just about the fall season. So I think it's a testament, TJ, to the level of student athlete that we're able to attract here at the school. We get a tough, hard-nosed student athlete that understands the delicate balance between a high level of academics and a high level of athletics. And you know, coming from the background that I did, certainly used to selling the fact that you can be a high-level achiever in both academics and athletics if you approach it in the right fashion. So you start with the student athlete, but then you give credit where credit's due, and certainly a lot of that goes to our coaches here.
Yeah.
Coaches who end up, you know, recruiting many of the student athletes that we honored on Monday, and you know, it's a credit to the work that they do, not just recruiting them, but coaching them while they're here, mentoring them as students, as athletes, and as members of our community. And of course, finally, to do something this successful, there has to be a community effort involved. And that includes faculty, includes staff, it includes college counseling, it includes the dining hall,
Yeah.
Our equipment, our training people. There's a host of people that made that day possible. So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's definitely a group effort. So as athletic director, what has it been like for you to see some of these athletes who have been here for a few years, see them grow and mature over these last few years, and now have this opportunity to go chase their dreams of playing a college sport?
Yeah, it's been fun. I think we talked a little bit about this on at the assembly, that to some kids and to some families, this is a lifelong goal. It's something that I'm sure you would agree with, that you think about this as a young student athlete, you dream, you have aspirations about the work involved that it takes to become a high-level athlete. And as we talked about during the presentation, the young men and women that we honored are part of a select group of student athletes. Less than 2.5% of high school athletes will go on and compete at the Division I or Division II level. So anytime you can get the numbers that we do, you're just extremely grateful that we're in a position to be able to afford a good opportunity for these kids to grow and to achieve a lifelong dream.
Absolutely. And you touched on this next question in your first answer, but maybe just pound it home a little bit more. What role do parents, coaches, teachers play in all of this, and how do you think the community here at WA has helped mold these young athletes and prepare them not only for college athletics, but just the college experience in general? Yeah,
I think that's a great question, and you know, of all the teams and individuals that we honored in the Letter of Intent Day, probably the most significant team is that group. The group of parents, the group of teachers that have you in the classroom from 8 o'clock in the morning until 3:15 in the afternoon, and of course your coaches. So that trio of folks, parents, teachers, and coaches, that's maybe the best team we have here at the school. And if that team, you can bring that team together with an understanding that we're all in this together, then you can accomplish great things. If you know, kids are focused on what they want to do athletically and then not focused on what they can do in the classroom, there's going to be a disconnect. And once that disconnect is established, now you're not going to have a faculty that backs what you're trying to do athletically. If on the other hand, there's too much of an overemphasis, if there can be that, on the educational side. And there's not that proper balance with giving our kids opportunity to grow and to stumble and to have success and to play through failures athletically, then you're not going to have that opportunity on that end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
And of course, in this day and age, parents are critically important. And one of the things that we talk about all the time with our coaches is bring your parent group and empower them to be a part of your team. The old guard and the old way of doing things, where a coach said, look, I'm not going to talk to you about playing time, I'm not going to talk to you about this, I'm not going to talk to you about that. That ship has sailed. You have to be inclusive, you have to be an extremely competent communicator with your parent group, and you have to get them to buy into what it is you're trying to do. And ultimately, TJ, with 16 young student athletes being recognized the other day, there's a great trust factor involved with that. That your mom and dad and the other student athletes' mom and dad or guardians entrusted us with the development and the future of their child, and that's a special relationship.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And I think as we dive into this next question, you can give some insight into this. As a former player and coach in college, what advice would you have for these athletes as they finish out their high school career, and maybe how they should carry themselves now being signed, and then as they look towards playing in college, what advice would you have for them in that sense?
I think they just stay in the moment. I look back, I can still remember my high school career, though it seems like it's ages ago now, but the things that you learned as a high school student athlete are really a foundational piece of who you become later in life. So the mere fact that you got a scholarship to go attend one of the country's finest universities is just the first step. As I tried to impart with all of our kids and families in the session the other day, there's a lot more that you can accomplish here at the school. I'm sitting in the room with you running a podcast, and I'm thinking, maybe TJ Power, if he doesn't make it as a professional basketball player or a professional baseball, maybe he'll be the next Jim Nance. Maybe he'll be the next Al Michael.
Yeah.
So when you ask about what gives you pleasure, what benefits do you see for your athletes getting these opportunities, it's about potential. It's about where this opportunity can take you, and how much preparation we're going to give you to be able to tackle the next issue that comes your way. But leadership opportunities here at the school, within your team, the ability to develop relationships with kids outside of your team, and most importantly is to keep learning life lessons that you can take from the playing arena into your family, into your relationships with other people. So those are the things that I think we're hoping to continue to build, and understanding that you're just taking the first steps in this process.
Yeah.
We hope that in the final analysis, when you're able to look back, and the other students that signed the letter of intent are able to look back, that they'll say, you know what, I had a great foundation at Worcester Academy. The way we did things with the balance between academics and athletics, and the way community should be first and foremost with everything that we do, hopefully we'll put everyone in a good situation in a good way as they take that next step to the intercollegiate level.
Yeah. All right, Coach. Thank you. That was great. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your wisdom. Some great insight for our athletes and our whole community here at WA. Now we're going to make some Huddle on the Hilltop history as I leave the studio and hit the court and report on scene during signing day on the road court. I'm here with Nate Yurkovic, soccer player committed to the University of Rhode Island. Nate, why'd you choose URI?
So I chose URI because I really like the team. When I went down on campus for a visit, the coaches are super welcoming, and I love what they stand for down there. So that's why I chose Rhode Island.
All right, what's your favorite Coach Proctor one-liner?
One of the best things Coach says is don't have superstaritis. It's kind of a weird term, but it just means to be a team player.
All right, I'm here with Nina Gavin, volleyball player committed to Bryant University. Nina, why'd you choose Bryant?
I chose Bryant because of the beautiful campus and positive environment when I stepped on it.
Love it. All right, Nina, what's your favorite movie?
Has to be Pitch Perfect because of the singing along.
I'm here with Elizabeth Finn, soccer player, signing with UNH today. Foof, why'd you choose UNH?
I chose it for their soccer program and all the programs that they offer academically.
All right, great. And Foof, if you could have a lifetime supply of anything, what would it be?
Buffalo chicken dip.
We good? I'm here with Huxley Holcomb. Huxley just committed to Cornell University, signing today. Huxley, why'd you choose Cornell?
Choose Cornell for their really good engineering program and a solid baseball team.
All right, Huxley. As a baseball player, what's your walk-up song?
My walk-up song is "The Ways" by Khaled.
I'm here with Wade Johnson, soccer player committed to Colgate. Wade, why'd you choose Colgate?
I fell in love with the school and the coach, and it felt like home.
All right, awesome. And then, if you could have a lifetime supply of anything, what would it be and why?
Gumballs, because you gotta keep your mouth smelling fresh all the
I'm
time.
here with Gabe Pitts, outfielder here at Worcester Academy, committed to Central Connecticut State University. Gabe, why'd you choose that school?
The main reason why I chose them is the coaching staff showed a lot of love to me, and I really had a good relationship with all of them, so that was probably the main reason.
All right, Gabe, if you won the lottery today, what's the first thing you're buying?
Probably a mansion in Jamaica.
All right, I'm here with Max Marchetti and Owen Roy, two pitchers, both committed to Northeastern University. Fellas, why'd you choose Northeastern?
I chose Northeastern because of a great academic school, and the coaching staff, really love the coaching staff.
Yeah, similar to Max, can't beat the academics. Just excited to be a part of a great program.
Okay, and what's the most electric part about pitching? What do you like the most?
I just love striking people out.
All right, Owen.
Nothing beats blowing a fastball by somebody.
I'm here with Maggie Carroll, soccer player committed to St. Anselm's. Maggie, why'd you choose St. A's?
I chose it for their great soccer program and for their biology program.
All right, Maggie. If you won the lottery today, what's the first thing that you'd spend the money on?
I would get a private jet so I could go anywhere I wanted.
I'm here with Trey Norman, basketball star, committed to Marquette University. Trey, why'd you choose Marquette?
I chose Marquette because they were consistent with me and my family, and they showed the most love, and I really felt like I could make an impact going there my freshman year.
All right, and Trey, what's been your most memorable career moment here?
Winning the championship last year, one of the greatest moments of my life, and yeah.
I'm here with Todd Brogna, basketball commit, just committed to Stonehill. Todd, why'd you choose Stonehill?
I just had a great relationship with the coaches from the start and just loved the team.
All right, Todd, what's been your most memorable athletic moment here at Worcester Academy?
Definitely winning a championship last year, watching that final shot go in, it was crazy.
I'm here with Nash Barlow, teacher of the Corey, two soccer players committed to Vermont, signing with Vermont today. Guys, why'd you choose Vermont?
I chose it for the soccer, and it's a great city.
Yeah, I chose it for the soccer. I grew up there, so I always looked up to the team. Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. If you won the lottery today, what's the first thing you're doing with your money?
I'd use it to just travel the world, see all the different places.
I'd probably buy an island.
Buy an island.
I'm here with TJ Power, just committed to Duke. What made you pick Duke?
I chose Duke because my relationship with the coaching staff and the stage that I can play on there. I'm looking forward to getting down there and playing in Cameron.
What's your favorite song, TJ?
My favorite song is No One by Alicia Keys. Really anything by Alicia Keys, but that's my favorite one. I'm here with Dana Johnson, a wide receiver on our football team, committed to Monmouth. He's signing today. So Dana, why'd you choose Monmouth?
It's the first school to offer me full ride, and I feel it's a good place, good league for me. I think I can compete at a high level there, and I'm going to play early, so that's fun.
That's great. And then what's your favorite TV show?
Naruto Shippuden.
What is it?
Naruto Shippuden.
Okay.